Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is a paid request for Devonte, who's been very generous. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. For those interested requesting any type of movie review, re-review, thought streams, commentaries, random stuff that you want me to talk about, tier list, a ranking, a reaction, a commentary, a video game playthrough for an hour, a full playthrough, whatever the case, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. I do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box. I will get to as soon as I possibly can, so thank you. And The Boy from 2016, The Boy. Not the film Boy. Not the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels Sexy Boy. Not the boy in his bush. Not the boy in the bubble. But The Bitch Boy. Directed by William Brent Bell. You know what? How about we call Alexander Graham Bell? How about we call him and tell this guy to get a clue? A clue to what? A clue that you don't know how to make a fucking film. You can't make films for shit. William Brent Bell. Alexander Graham Bell's talking to you. Got milk? The same genius that directed Stay Alive. That video game movie with Frankie Muniz. The video game gonna kill you. And The Devil Inside My Ass. I don't want devils inside my ass. You don't want devils inside your ass. No one wants devils inside their asses. But for some reason, William Brent Bell did. One of the worst found footage films. And a movie that doesn't even have an ending. A movie that literally it ends with they're in a car, there's a crash, and then he go to this website. That doesn't even work anymore. Because that's what movies should end. A link to go to a fucking website. How about www.fuckyou.com? How about that website? But his films made money. And that's how he gets worked. Maybe not Stay Alive, but Devil Inside My Asshole made money. The Boy made money. And it got a sequel. Brahms, The Boy 2. Were people that fucking bored? Maybe, I don't know. But it stars Lauren Cohan as Greta. She was Martha in Batman v Superman when they show the flashback of Batman's parents being killed. Martha Wayne. Sorry. Why did you say that name? Martha, why do you say that name? Martha Wayne in the flashback. She is hired to be this nanny. She is an American, but she's traversing the UK. There's this place in the middle of nowhere, and she's supposed to be a nanny to this kid. It's not until she gets there that the old parents show her the kid, and then she finds out it's a doll named Brahms. Now, I'm sitting there going, if I was in the middle of nowhere and this couple showed a doll that I'm supposed to take care of, I'd be like, where are the dead bodies? How much cannibalism are you into? And maybe I need to get the fuck out. Okay, I'm not Army Hammer. I'm not a cannibal. I'm not a sicko. I don't want this to be Motel Hell. Unless they pay me like a shitload of money, and then I'm like, okay, I'll take the chance, and if you get in my face, I'm going to beat you with my dick. My gold-plated dick. I will beat you in the face with it. So, don't fuck with me. But the parents going to leave. He's supposed to take care of this doll. I'm like, oh, she's like, okay, I'll take your money. There's this guy named Malcolm who's a grocery guy. He drops groceries once in a while. And his type of flirtation is, I could, people sometimes read tea leaves and all this stuff. Well, what did you read? I read chewing gum. Here. She spits out her gum, and he's like, I'm going to read your used gum. Okay, I don't want anyone touching my gum that's been in my mouth. If a chick went by and said, hey, let me have your gum. Okay, if she's playing with my gum that was in my mouth, I'd be like, what other dirty things are you into? Okay, maybe it'd be different. For a guy, if I see a girl that's that kinky or dirty, whatever, I'm like, what else are you into? I don't do water sports. But I mean, I'd be a bit weirded out. Like, some guy, hey, let me read your chewing gum. What's next? You don't read her panties? Put them in your mouth, chew them, and then read her chewed up panties? So, after reading her chewing gum, that was fucking weird. And that's supposed to be like their friendly, flirtatious thing. He leaves, and then the parents show her that she's supposed to follow these rules. And throughout the movie, we get this little bit of backstory where our lead girl, Greta, had an ex-boyfriend. She, I believe, was pregnant. He did rough things. She lost the baby. She has a restraining order against the guy. Restraining orders don't do shit, by the way. I'm going to tell you this. I've never had to experience it, thankfully. But I know people who have. Restraining orders don't do shit. Restraining orders are fucking useless. They are pointless. So, if you think a restraining order is going to save you, you're in for a rude awakening. Just warning you. From me to you, warning you. And for the next hour, not much happens. And that's why I say this is just a really boring movie. All that happens is she hears noise. You get 2 faked out dream sequences. Not 1, 2 faked out dream sequences. 2. Utah, give me 2. 2 fake dream sequences. You get one that if you watch the trailer where an arm pops out of the painting, that's a dream scene. Oh, I'm sorry, nightmare scene. Sorry, spoilers. Spoilers for a film from 2016. Spoilers! And there's another dream nightmare scene where she thinks the doll turned and looked at her. But it's literally just her hanging around the place, reading books, hanging around the place some more, showering. Stuff's taken. She's like, hello? And then I guess she thinks it's the grocery guy. Okay, if I met someone one time, maybe once or twice, and I think they went in and stole my shit and is trying to steer me in the middle of nowhere, it's time to leave. This person's a psycho or a pervert or a psycho pervert. Or he's an asshole and I don't want to be near the person. Time to leave. Time to get the fuck out of Dodge. You just say, well, she doesn't have a car. Well, that's her fault, number one. To not have... That's the thing, like, if there's an emergency, what, she don't call and then I just pray that someone comes over? Well, if the phones are out, then what? I mean, the fact, if you don't go in the middle of nowhere that fucking much and you don't have any way to get anywhere, take a bicycle, take a fucking giant tricycle if you need to. Like, come on, that's her own fucking fault. Piss poor planning. And then she sees this ladder from the attic, and stuff's been taken from the bathroom when she was in the shower. She's hearing noises. This ladder just popped up from the attic, and apparently she has nothing called survival skills. She has nothing called instinct. She just stupidly walks up the ladder and gets locked in the attic. I think something happened. She can't get out. She falls, knocks herself out, and the next morning she wakes up and it's open. Okay, it's time to leave. Someone led you to an attic. They locked you in, and now it's open again. And then the grocery guy comes back and he didn't unlock it. And then he does this thing where he doesn't even do it. They're just looking at each other, and then the ladder just... And he goes, well, that's one mystery solved. Really? What? Do you think a rat fucking sneezed and made the ladder come down in the first place? Yeah, a rat farted, made the ladder come down, and then it just automatically goes back up. Okay, yep, that's normal. That's normal. I think this is around the time she has the second nightmare where the doll turns, she wakes up. This is what happens for an hour of the movie. I get it, there are movies that are slow burns. The Shining, 1980 film, is a slow burn. But here's the danger doing a slow burn. You have to have the landing nice and clear and concise, or you ain't worth the shit. And this movie ain't worth the shit. She starts thinking the doll's alive, it's haunted, the spirit of this boy, Brahms, is in it. She draws this chalk line. Hey, grocery guy, Malcolm, let's leave. Comes back, the doll's missing. The guy's like, what the hell? Who the fuck do you think you are, lady? The ghost whisperer? You ain't Jennifer Love Hewitt. Her ex arrives. He wants back with her. Smashes the doll. There's an explosion of glass. And here's the twist. Spoiler. If you ever seen a film called Bad Ronald, or even a little bit of The People Under the Stairs, that's what we have here. Probably more so Bad Ronald. Brahms was a boy. You get the idea that he either on purpose or accidentally, I don't know, killed this girl. He's been living in the walls. He lives vicariously through the doll. But he's living in the walls. He has a mask that looks like the doll. And it becomes this lame, lazy, can't call it a slasher film, just a chase movie for the end part. Where he beats and kills the ex, which hell, the guy deserves it. The two are chased around within the walls. The guy gets beaten up, chases the girl. The girl gets outside. Then she goes back inside and confuses the Brahms, saying, it's time for bed. You gotta follow your rules. Remember, you gotta follow your rules. So he does so. Wants a goodnight kiss. She does so, but then stabs him, keeps stabbing him until he's supposedly dead. She gets the guy. They drive off. The movie ends. And then someone has fixed up the doll, so you're made to assume it's Brahms still alive. But then they did a sequel. I think the sequel, like, it's a supernatural story where the doll is possessing someone. So I'm like, if that's the case, then why did they set this up like someone is... So, like, they set up for a sequel and they don't even follow that template. Like, the whole idea is that you think it's supernatural, you think it's spiritual, but it's not. But then they did a sequel and then they just went to supernatural anyway. The acting is not the problem. I don't think the girl that plays Greta, or even the guy that plays Malcolm, I don't think they're bad. I don't. They don't have much to play around with, but I don't think they're bad. But it's... I think it's PG-13. I mean, I don't see really much of anything that would not garner that. There's no nudity. There's barely any blood. I don't even remember much cursing in the movie. And the first hour is just, I guess, how you feel about this doll and how the doll looks. The environment looks like any other, house in the middle of nowhere that you've seen dozens and dozens of movies featuring that idea. The plot twist, I mean, it was part of it was like, really? Really? But it wasn't, it was more like, okay. Like, if that was what you were waiting for before you kicked into any sort of gear, wasn't really worth the wait. And granted, it's the middle of nowhere with parents that they know what's going on. You even see them end their own lives, drown themselves. It's just a bit nothing burger of a movie. It's not that suspenseful unless you are get scared by the two nightmare jump scare sequences. There's just not a whole lot of meat to the bone. You get a faint backstory of the lead girl. The grocery guy Malcolm, you know next to nothing about. The ex, he's just plugged in as more like a plot point, like a lazy start to third act plot point. This film just fucking sucks. It's not enticing, it's not exciting, it's not mysterious. I can't remember, like, I've seen this film before. I have seen this film before. And I can't remember if I guessed the ending or I just didn't give a shit, honestly, about the twist. There's just not a whole lot to talk about. Like, what is there to talk about in this fucking film? Like, literally, I'm at a loss for words as to what the hell to even say more of this movie. Ain't worth much of shit. The score is whatever. The direction is whatever. I can't really think of any interesting shots that made me go, whoa. I'm sure some could guess where it's going, at least a bit, into the point of that it only moves when she leaves the room. But okay, it's not another haunted doll movie. I can appreciate, but then it just goes to a twist that even that's generic. They did from Bad Ronald to, I'm sure there's other movies you could think of. Even bits of the Black Christmas remake or other movies. People Under the Stairs I mentioned. So it just didn't feel anything that new, that unique, that original. Characters doing stupid decisions. Again, you see a fucking ladder go up to the attic, and you're going hello, hello, and you're not. I think she's still in a fucking towel. She doesn't even get dressed or anything. I think. Yeah, just very uneventful, very boring. At least in my eyes. So take that for what you will. Fuck this goddamn shit. I mean, The Devil Inside My Ass is probably worse because this does at least have an ending. Stay Alive, I've seen a couple times and I never remember a thing about it. So I don't know if this is better or worse than Stay Alive. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.